Hello guys, and welcome to my first discussion video, and today I would like to discuss about the upcoming Pokemon fighting game for the arcades known as Pokken Tournament or Pokken Fighters. I'm not sure what the actual title is called, but anyway, earlier on this week we have the monthly Famitsu live stream going around regarding about this game. And we actually got some information about it because it's been a long while since we last heard about it. I think this was like about 4 or 5 months ago. But anyway, let's get down to business. Alright, so first thing about this is the arcade cabinet. It's kind of like two separate screens, one for player 1 and one for player 2. So it's not like just one big screen where, you know, like in other types of arcade games. And another thing to know about is that the control is not your common, you know, joystick with 6 buttons and all that. No, it looks like a regular gaming controller, and it doesn't have a joystick, which I find particularly odd, considering the fact it's an arcade game, let alone a fighting one at least. But it's obviously got 6 buttons. Obviously, you got the 2 trigger buttons there, if you count them, of course, and you got the regular D-pad. It's got the A, B, X, Y, which is very odd, but as long as the gameplay works well, then I'm fine with it, which I'll get to the button layout later on. But first, let's start off with the roster, which obviously everyone knows he's going to be in it. It's Pikachu. Yeah, just by looking at Pikachu, I don't know, he looks different. Like, I don't know, I mean, he looks really good and all, but I just find he looks a bit different. It looks like, actually I'll get to that point later on, but yeah, he looks really detailed. I mean, especially when compared to games like Smash Bros. Brawl or Pokemon Battle Revolution in terms of looks of Pikachu. But anyway, Pikachu, apparently, well, there's like different types of character classes. We have Technique, Standard, and Power, and Pikachu is a standard character, which just seems odd because Pikachu is more of a speed type character. But Pikachu consists of like electric attacks, which you expect. He throws a projectile of Electro Ball like he does in the anime, where he throws it out of his tail. And speaking of using his tail, he knows Iron Tail as well, which does like a little spinning attack, which can hit really hard. And obviously you got the standard projectiles, like I said earlier on, with the Electro Ball and Thunder Shock at least. But the super moves, I'll get to that right now. The super moves, well, some Pokemon have Mega Evolutions, such as Lucario, but for those of you who don't have Mega Evolutions, they have these things called Burst Attacks, which I think they're the same as like the Mega Evolutions, but I think those are the ones who don't have Mega Evolutions. They're basically like the sort of super move, or something like the Instinct mode, like of Killer Instinct, that you power up and deal extra damage if the Resonance Gauge, as it was called, once the gauge is full. Alright, the next fighter what we have is Gardevoir. Gardevoir, okay, I'm pretty sure guys who's predicting about the fighters of Pokken Fighters will probably know that Gardevoir is going to be in this game. Now, I'm one of those people that think Gardevoir could be in the game as well. Apparently she's a technical character, which you can see why from a psychic type. Apparently she shoots like Psychic Beat, she does like Beam Attack, and apparently her burst attack is Mega Gardevoir, which you can use during the battle for a short limited amount of time. But also she fires like a, probably looks like Shadow Ball or Moonblast, I think. But yeah, there's no surprise that Gardevoir is in it, especially who knows about this fan-made Pokemon fighting game called Pokemon Type Wild, which I haven't played it in all, actually, which I should give it a try eventually. But yeah, Gardevoir is probably a predictable choice for the roster, which I'm okay Gardevoir being in the game. We all know that Lucario is in it as well. He's a standard character in Machamp. And the one they haven't shown in the live stream yet is Blaziken, because we saw Blaziken back at the 2013 Pokemon event, you know, when they promote X and Y with that screenshot. I'm surprised they haven't showed him that yet. Alright, then the next Pokemon on our list is, I did not see this coming, and I'm pretty sure none of you did too. It's Suicune. Really? You chose Suicune? Wow, I'm really surprised about Suicune. Apparently, his attacks consist of kicking, headbutting, and shooting Aurora Beams, which by the way look massive and quite quick as well, so I'm pretty sure people could end up spamming the hell out of it. But yeah, like I said about the graphics as well, is that when I saw Suicune, when I first look at the screenshot, as you've seen right now, he looks like... Okay, I don't want to get any of the wrong ideas, what I'm about to say, right? But he looks like something that people made a Pokemon live action movie, and this is what will probably end up look like. Yeah, I would say Suicune looks like he's just taking something out of a CG Pokemon live action film. Please don't make that, by the way. Yeah, I find that particularly odd about Suicune. If Suicune's in the game, then I'm pretty sure, well, at least I think that Entei and Raikou will probably be in it as well. And not even then, probably the legendary birds like Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Which, by the way, I think they might do like the 4 bosses like in Street Fighter. I think they might put them in, the legendary birds or the legendary dogs, but I'm not sure. Suicune's burst attack is apparently sort of like a blizzard that freezes you and then shatters it, at least what I think about it. So, and apparently Suicune is classed as a standard character. I'm like, really? Standard? I mean, from a legendary, yeah, I thought he's gonna be like a specialist character or a technical character like Gardevoir, but okay, I wouldn't call Suicune technical. But I'm not gonna mention Machamp and Lucario because I'm pretty sure we all know what about it. And apparently, after when you pick the characters, they did this kind of similar to Marvel vs. Capcom 1, that you get assist characters, or Pokemon in this case. Apparently the assist Pokemon that we have so far is Emolga, Fennekin, Snivy, and Lapras. Apparently there's like 2 different sets you can choose from. I hope they put more into it. Probably like Voltorb like uses Explosion or something like that. I don't know. If there's any ideas, then you can talk about it in the comments right now. Yeah, I like this whole idea of assist. Again, it's like the fan-made Pokemon fighting game Type Wild, where depending which Pokemon you are, you get to pick the assist Pokemon. But like once you pick the assist Pokemon, you have to press a certain button to summon them. But you can only use them like so many times, because once you use them once, you have to wait for a while to recharge it. So apparently Emolga, I think he uses like Volt Switch or something like that. Fennekin uses Ember just to do some minor damage. Snivy uses Leaf Tornado to send the opponents up in the air. Lapras uses a huge tidal wave of Surf to like push your opponents away, which I would say Lapras is more of a wide range attack move. But yeah, overall the assist Pokemon, I actually like the idea of it. That, you know, it's not just... They can't, you know, like in Sys Trophies in Smash Bros, you know, not all Pokemon get to make it as playable, but they'll join the fray just to help the other fighters and all that. Which, overall, I'm really glad they did that. And now, the button layout, which I want to get to in a minute. Apparently, the button as follows. If you press the L button, which summons the assist Pokemon, the R button is for blocking, and A button uses, like, Pokemon attacks. I'm pretty sure they're special moves or something like that. Well, I don't know how the special move will work, actually. Like, it could be like some games like DBZ, you know, you have to mash a certain button combinations to do it in. B jumps. Okay, admittedly, I find it odd that B's buttons to jump, but I'm pretty sure it's like that with some games who has 4 buttons and stuff like that. Considering that the B button is at the bottom, I think. Yeah, I think it might be the bottom. X is the weak attack, and Y is more like a heavy attack. And the D-pad obviously gives you Pokemon to move around, which I'll get to that in a minute. And also like gives you various different moves, and of course you got the gauge. And now we get to the main part, which is the gameplay, and oh my god, it looks really, really nice. I may watch it in iffy quality, but can you imagine if it was a really good quality? Then it just looks beautiful to look at. Like, I don't know if it looks like something out of Wii U. I would say it looks like something more than next gen. It could be the next gen for all I know. Yeah, apparently the gameplay reminded me of something else, the Tails game, where you get to free roam around. So yeah, the battles are at real time, meaning that you get to move your Pokemon around freely as you please. Obviously, you know, the camera points at the player or the screen that you're looking at. Like I said, there's 2 screens on the arcade cabinet, which I don't know how that could work if it releases on Wii U. So you move around freely, you know, sometimes Pokemon throw projectiles at you, or if you get up close and personal. The HP bars look like, obviously like you said, from a common Pokemon game. You know, it's not like 2 health bars at top, no, it's just, I think it's just like Pokemon where one's at the top corner and the other one's at the bottom corner. And also it shows how many HP it is. Now, as far as I know, I think the max HP is like 530 or something like that. But and also, once the HP goes down, it goes to red, which I don't know if it makes that doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo noise. Hope they don't do that, because that would be really annoying and quite distracting as well. If you hit the Pokemon, I think it's like 2 to 3 hits, the gameplay changes a bit. Rather than going to a 3D perspective, it switches to 2D to be a more traditional fighter. So you could do your combos, your air juggles and stuff like that on, which I actually still quite a lot of few air juggles there, which is pretty fun to watch. And yeah, if no one ends up hitting each other well, then it'll just go back to 3D or something like that. And also, just how it looks, visual-wise, that as the fight starts, it looks like you're watching something out of live TV, which I actually like that. Nice touch on that. And yeah, I don't see any trainers around, well, except the HUD screen though, but not like, you know, trainers in the background interacting with your Pokemon. I mean, yeah, you can see other Pokemon like in the background, like, I think I can see a Jumpluff on one of the levels, and Volcarona with us following a cyclist around. I don't know, I haven't seen everything yet though, but the gameplay looks pretty innovative for a fighting game, because I don't see a fighting game where it's all free roaming, and yet if you hit the Pokemon, or a fighter nonetheless, then it'll shift to 2D for a bit until you stop hitting the opponent. The amount of stages they have, well, so far there's only 2 stages shown at the event, but I think there's 3, because one, I think, is that city one, like we saw with the screenshot, where it was, well, people say it was first announced. The next one, the 2 of them are Crom Town, sound familiar, which is just like a town of lush green valley and mountains, and it has a plaza of fear and battles are held, and it looks nice. Like, you know, you got the electric fans, something like that. You can see Pokemon, you know, moving around interactively and all that, which again, it brings life into the game, which I like that very much. And another one is called Foss Volcano, if I pronounce that right, which is an area located inside of a giant volcano. And apparently, I saw Heatran. That I'm pretty sure that for those of you who don't know, right, or if you haven't seen that, I actually seen Heatran not doing anything though. He's just like crawling on walls like a spider. Yeah, so, and apparently at the end of the stream, apparently Namco is giving away out 200 passports, given each day once they've filled out on the gameplay survey. So apparently giving away these tickets to fans to test the game out and do a survey so you see how the game is, which I think that's a smart move, because you're giving people early access to the game, and like, you know, the developers might take notes what the people wanted, or if something's wrong with the game, or just like the game overall. I hope, you know, if it does it around here, which I highly doubt it, but because arcades like in the UK or anywhere other than Japan are pretty much fading away, because Japan loves arcades, and yeah, I love arcades as well. I hope, you know, Pokken Fighters comes out in the UK on the Wii U or anywhere else in the States. That I don't know how, you know, with the 2 screens. The only idea I can come up with is one player uses the gamepad and the other one looks at the TV with either the GameCube controller or the Pro controller, if it has GameCube support in it. But I don't know how this works exactly on the Wii U. You'll probably figure it out. But I really want the game to come out here. I wanted a Pokemon fighting game for a long time. I mean, just by looking at the gameplay, this is what Pokemon could have been. Like, for the 3D games, it could have been a free roaming Pokemon game in real time. Also had some leveling up elements into it. So, overall, Pokken Fighters is very promising. I want to see more of it, and I'm pretty sure you want to see more of it too. So, if there's anything you want to talk about, or if there's anything that I haven't said, then go in the comments below, and if you like the video, then share and subscribe. I'll see you guys later.